So the first thing we're going to do on day 2 is post the video from day 1, which for some reason I've been sort of like hesitant to do. Maybe I'm a little nervous, got a little butterflies going on, but I'm just going to post it. I know what it is. So I'm having trouble like coming up with a good theme or set of stuff for us to do today. And so I'm worried like, oh God, is day 2 content going to suck? Well, if I don't post day 1, then technically I haven't made my 30-day commitment yet, right? Wrong. I made the commitment. We're vlogging. I'm going to post day 1. We're going to get this done. So the problem with today is that it's a really weird day. And by weird, I mean unique in that where there's not a lot going on that I have to go run and do. You know, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. A lot of businesses are shut down. No companies are hardly doing anything. It's cold outside in Texas. It's freezing. I don't know what it actually is in Texas, but whatever it is for a Texan, it's freezing. And I don't want to get out of the house, but I don't have a great deal of work to do in the house. So aside from a couple errands, I think we're going to basically stay in the house and take care of some stuff that I've been needing to take care of for a long time, like my office, which has become a garbage dump. Maybe we'll get this place cleaned up. And I think we're going to go to the store and get my son some clothes. So number 1, post yesterday's video. Number 2, work on this dumpster. And number 3, go get my son some clothes. All right, here we go. It's time. This did not go well. I'll explain when you can hear me. It's so loud in here. We were just trying to have dinner. Okay, new plan. We're gonna have the talk. The gun talk. For the past year, I've been open carrying a pistol. Now, what does that mean? It means that from the time I wake up till the time I go to sleep, everywhere I go, I am always armed and visibly so. I guess I'll show you. So this is my holster. I wasn't intending this vlog on the second day to immediately be about guns, but this is my holster. It's a Serpa holster. It's got a locking mechanism so people couldn't walk up and yank it out of my holster. This is my favorite sidearm. It's the one I'm most accurate with, so it's great that I always have it with me, even though it's large. If I had to conceal it, I'd be using a smaller, less ideal weapon for defending myself and my family without turning this whole thing into like an exposition on gun rights and gun law in Texas. Basically, about a year ago, a law went into effect allowing open carrying of pistols. Pistols are normally weapons previously that you would have to conceal. The primary difference being that if you're wanting to conceal a weapon, you now no longer have to worry about being basically arrested, a $10,000 fine, and lose your license for 7 years if somebody sees the outline of your pistol under your shirt or whatever. So that, it's a big peace of mind thing. You can still conceal carry if you want. You can open carry if you want. It's a much more free situation that exists already in most of the states in the country. Texas was actually one of the last to sort of legalize or decriminalize open carrying. So for the past year, I've been open carrying. And for 11 and a half months, basically up until now, it really hasn't had any effect at all in my life. I've had no reactions from people, or no strong reactions. I've had, some side glances and some glares occasionally, but, really nothing big. Until today. Strangely enough, we're about at like the 1-year anniversary of open carrying going into effect. In the beginning, it felt strange, but like very quickly, it just became a complete non-issue. It became just like my pocket knife or my watch. I put it on every morning, I take it off every night, and I'm safer and I have the tool I need to defend myself during the day. Is it better? Is it tactically better to open carry versus concealed carry? Again, I don't want to turn this into a big debate. I'll just give you my opinion. If I'm ever in an area or location where I feel unsafe, I almost always conceal carry because I want the element of surprise if I'm in an encounter. If I'm in any area, which is like 99% of my life, if I'm somewhere I feel safe, I open carry. Why do I open carry? Well, number one, it's way more comfortable. Most of the concealed carry options, and I have all the holsters you can think of, are less comfortable. They're less convenient, they're more annoying, and it's slower to get to in a defense situation, like slower to draw. So the past year's been great. It's been just like wearing a watch every day, with the added bonus that me and everyone around me is safer, or at least not defenseless. And I think if I wasn't brand new at trying to do this vlogging thing and always have a camera with me ready to go, I probably wouldn't have missed what happened, and I would have actually got it on tape for you, but that didn't happen. So basically it was just, we were all waiting to get our table at the restaurant, like 20-25 minutes. A lady came in, she was waiting for her to-go order. She waited for a while, kind of glaring at us the whole time. It's me and my wife and my kids, and we're all smiling and, you know, talking and having a good time, and she's basically standing in line glaring at us the whole time. I've been open carrying for a year. It's not even something that I really think about anymore. But what I didn't think about was that for the first time, I have a camera and I'm open carrying. And that sort of changes the dynamic. And I'm not really sure what the implications of that's going to be yet. Now it goes from, you know, a guy with a pistol to a guy with a camera and a pistol. And I think to the average person, it would probably make it seem more like I'm trying to get a reaction so that I can get it on film, so that I can, you know, put it on YouTube. Even though the two are totally unrelated in this case. I'm trying to do a daily vlog, and I open carry every day of my life anyway. But I can see where this might end up leading us down a path where I might get more reactions from people that I wouldn't normally get. That's going to be an interesting experiment. But in this case, this lady sort of approached me from an angle I wasn't expecting, and she was visibly like kind of vibrating. Like you could tell she had some adrenaline going, and she had probably kind of built up the nerve to say something to me, and she wanted to tell me. And so she comes right into my space, and she's like, I just want you to know I feel very unsafe right now. Like I said, this really took me off guard. I just basically sort of like smiled in a weird smile and nodded, and you know, she immediately spun on her heel with her to-go food and took off out of the restaurant. On the way out, you know, my wife and her had something to say, because, you know, she doesn't like it when women come up to me with attitudes. And then she left. So it's interesting that almost on the 1-year anniversary of open carrying, I get my first reaction, and sadly for you guys, I apologize, I didn't get it on video. But it would have felt weird. Like, it would have felt like I was that guy with a camera for the sole purpose of getting people's reactions to open carrying. Sort of like I'm trolling everyone around me. So in a way, I'm kind of glad I kept the camera down. Then I thought about the lady. So she's over there, you know, for a good 10-15 minutes waiting on her food, just probably getting more and more agitated as she thinks about what she's going to tell me, because I have a weapon. And it was interesting to think about that, like, you know, the big buildup that she had, all the time she had to think about, you know, the thing she was going to tell me. The one thing that she came up with, the thing that I guess she thought was the most important thing to share with me, was, I want you to know I feel very unsafe right now. What does that mean? No, I know what it means, but what's the motive in sharing that? She wants me to know that I'm making her feel uncomfortable. Did she expect me to apologize and hide my weapon so she felt less uncomfortable? Is that the expectation? If a guy's open carrying, he knows that other people are going to have opinions about it. But on the flip side, I don't really think she felt any less safe. I think she felt angry because she doesn't like seeing guns. Because you don't see a guy smiling with his family, 2 little kids, talking, having a decent time, waiting on their table, and feel unsafe. Like, if I were some, like, shady character that looked like a gangster or something, open carrying, standing there looking aggressive or shifty, then that's the stuff that you can profile and say, okay, there's something going on, I feel less safe. Anyway, I wanted to share the story. It happened. I'm sorry I didn't catch it on video, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm sure it's probably going to start happening more if I'm going to have the camera with me more. But let's get back to our day. I have been completely defeated by my office. But I found a really sweet light strip I didn't know I had. Okay, I haven't actually been defeated. I actually threw away like a massive amount of stuff. So I think we're just gonna have to fight the rest of this war another day. But I won this battle, even though it looks worse than I started. All right, that's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you've had any experiences like I did open carrying. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on open carrying versus concealed carrying. And let me know if you have any thoughts on how to handle people that feel they need to let you know their opinion on what you're doing. You see the light?
Yeah.
Is that a light?